Okay, so let's get started. As I said, in this section, we're going to be making the app here to be more responsive. So let's go here. So I transferred this over to the modal CSS, so I don't need it here anymore. Okay, and let's clean this up a little bit. I like everything to be clean. Okay, let's make a new CSS file. Call it portrait.css. And like usual, I'm going to be putting the styles here at first, and then putting them over there when I'm done making all the rules and declarations, things like that. Okay, so right here, link. It's a style sheet. Get rid of this little thing here. Okay, so portrait.css. Okay, so before I start writing the portrait styles, there's one thing I want to do, and that is go to the main, and down here, these ones. Now, I want to make these only, let me put some space here so you can see what I'm talking about. These ones right here. So I want this only to work when the app is in landscape mode. And the reason why that is because if you think about it, when you're on a tablet or something like an iPhone, anything like that, any sort of handheld device, there's no mouse. So that means there's no cursor. So when you hover over something, this will happen, but there is no hover effects on an iPad. Like when you hover over this button, you know, you could see that it's being hovered over. But on an iPad, you would sort of just have the screen in your hand, then you would just tap it with your finger. So like if you look over here, okay, let's see this. So this is a bit too big. So, okay, stop. Okay, so if you were to just click on it, you see there's, and when you hover over, I don't know if you could really see this thing here, you probably could, but when you hover over the days, nothing happens. And there's no animations either. On the numbers are supposed to get bigger, like this. You see they get a little bit bigger. That isn't happening over here. So I just want to make it so that these tooltips, they won't happen at all when the app is in portrait mode. So to do that, you could just say media. Now let's select all this. I'm selecting a bunch of stuff right there automatically by, you just select the first one and then hold down shift and then go down. You can go like that. Then you could hold down control and start moving it with the arrow keys. And that just moves around. So that's pretty cool. Okay, now in here you just want to say orientation landscape. Whoops. I mixed my letters around. Okay, so this should work. Here. Yeah, so this still works, but it won't when you're in portrait. Okay, so let's go here and let's get started. Okay, let's just say at media. So basically everything is going to be in here. So I don't need any extra space. So let's go to body. Whoops. Body. And let's change the flex direction to column. And I have to put this here. I forgot. Orientation. Portrait. Okay, so let's just go to the body and let's say background color. Let's just say green. That's all I could think of. So I'm not going to keep it like that. I just want to show you that when it gets right there. So right here, I mean, it looks like this is portrait right now, but I guess it's not. So there you could see everything changes. Okay, but I also don't want to have this green in there. I was just showing you what this is and how this works. It's basically like an if statement for CSS. It's like saying, if it's in portrait, then do this. That's basically what it is. And if you could see how CSS was implemented, like the code that is used to create CSS. I don't know where it is or how you can find it, but I mean, it has to be somewhere, right? CSS doesn't just work automatically. So this is probably processed in the somewhere. Again, I have no idea where that code is, but it must be using an if statement, because that's the only way to check if certain things are the way you want them to be. So it's basically saying, yeah, check if it's in portrait mode. And by portrait mode, it wouldn't be, the if statement wouldn't say portrait mode. It would say something like, if the total height of the screen is less than the width or something, or is greater than the width rather, because that's basically what portrait is. Okay, so that's going to be it for this video. I just wanted to get started. We changed this. We created the portrait right here, the media. So this is where all our code's going to go. So it's good setup code, and we did this. Okay, so in the next video, we're going to be setting all the styles for the current day. Here, we're going to be making this look good. And I guess I should just leave this here and refresh it. Whoops. No. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this like this. And in the next video, we'll continue styling everything right here. I was wondering where everything just went. Okay, so that's it.